Hello, hello. Just posting the links on Twitter and Discord. Let's see. Right. Cool. How's everyone doing? All good? Everyone's still safe in this choppy market? We got some exciting moves this week though, although I think I didn't take a single Bitcoin trade this week. My plans were to long lower, so had to miss out on these moves, but hey, it is what it is. Slow week for me personally, but yeah, exciting week for Bitcoin. But we'll talk about what I'm watching next, how I'm looking to get involved. Yeah, what I'm expecting. We'll just give it some time so some people can join. Give it like 5 minutes. Then we'll do Bitcoin. Some altcoins. I am in 2 positions on alts, so we'll go over them as well, and then we'll answer some questions and do some requests. Good morning, Chapelle, Jurgen, Shariar, Abdul, Muhammad, Speedy, up or down, Nico, Oli, Moas, Ghosty, hello, Marin, Razvan, good morning. NRO, what's up? Sol and BLZ positionings are doing great. Awesome. Yeah, that's one of them. What I'm still in. But yeah, slow movers for now. Mevlan, good morning. Try this name. Mevlan Gashi. Do you think we got a local top? I'll talk about it in a second, possibly, but definitely wouldn't short here. I'd rather look for longs lower because of these highs up here. I don't think those will stay unswept. I think liquidity is resting higher, but we'll talk about it in a second. Song name. It's a playlist on YouTube called Anim Lo-Fi. It's nice, right? Funding on BLZ went from minus 0.6 to 0.1 just after the 4-hour close. I mean, that can be just a funding spike, you know, after funding got paid. Always needs some time to reset, but yeah, funding on that one has been very high. Well, longs got paid quite a lot during all of this up move, but now it's been fully reset, and in my opinion, it's done, it's over. So I expect this whole upside consolidation to get retraced. So I think BLZ is a nice hedge, but yeah, we'll get into that in a second. Right, it's 11 o'clock, so let's get started. First thing I want to say is thanks to the sponsor of the live stream, which is Vela Exchange. Great exchange where you can trade crypto, forex, and commodities like gold and silver. I'll have a link in the description which you can use. Check it out. If you do, you get free access to my Discord group as well. So big thanks to Vela Exchange for sponsoring. And then just want to ask you to leave a like on the live stream. That helps my YouTube channel. I'm doing this all for free for you guys. I love doing it, so yeah, feel free to leave a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already, and feel free at any time to ask any questions in the chat. Okay, so I'll answer all of them. I'll also do some requests again at the end, but keep your altcoin tickers for you for now. I'll tell you when you can post them. Okay, but questions feel free to ask at any time, and I'll check them when I can. Okay, so let's get the likes to 30 at least. There's 50 people watching, so 30 likes must be easy. Okay, so Bitcoin, right? Where do we start? Well, I've talked about this bigger range, right? With the highs being up here and the lows being down here, and that we swept the highs and now swept the lows. So what's next? Okay, well, local liquidity we ignored this week, since first reason is it went lower on some exchanges than on others, and the second reason is if you simply take a look at this from a liquidity standpoint, where was the major liquidity gonna be resting? Not below this week, for the reason I just gave, because it went lower on some exchanges than on others, but because after the move, right, we started trading at the same price again, obviously, on all exchanges, and then wicked lower on this week, consolidated, saw this ugly move, equal low there, consolidated, equal low there. So where was major liquidity resting? Below these lows. So that's why I took that level as a major range low, and then the highs, what were the highs that came after these lows, right? The opposite side of these lows, that was here, all the way up here. Okay, we took out these lows and we said initially we said we could be trading lower because these lows right here on Bybit, they got swept, but on some exchanges they didn't. So we said, yeah, if we're just gonna sweep some highs from here and retrace this move, bleed lower from here, right, and then accelerate again, that's definitely a possibility. But instead we got a strong close and started pumping higher after. Okay, so I was bullish on Bitcoin as long as we held above here. That didn't mean blindly long. From this high here, when we broke down from this lower time frame range, right, from these sweep of the highs, okay, and then the opposite side was back here. We shorted around here, I think, closed half here, and then the rest on this move. So that was the short position fully closed, and ever since I've been flat on Bitcoin. Okay, haven't taken any trades. What was I watching initially? I was watching this Monday range. Okay, OBS disconnected. Are we still live? Yeah, can everyone still hear me? All right, so from the lows to the highs, you draw your OTE. Yeah, it's lagging a bit. I'm not sure why. But anyways, we'll continue, see how it goes. So draw your OTE from the lows to the highs. Where do you look for longs? On the retest into OTE. What did this level line up with? Well, the area we started pumping from after sweeping these lows, well, the major lows we just talked about. So people who got trapped down here, right? We shouldn't be revisiting this area down here. What I was watching, so that was your clean validation there. What I was watching was bullish price action into that OTE area, being a sweep of the lows. Okay, so we were trading here. I was looking for a sweep of Monday low into OTE. That's where I would be looking for longs. I would blindly long on the sweep, right, and keep my invalidation wide there. Targets being supply, the high up here, and then ultimately our major range high level. Okay, unfortunately we didn't get that. We front ran Monday low and never got the sweep and started pumping. Okay, so it's not because your plan is not playing out. I mean, that's part of the game, right? So I'm still flat. I didn't feel comfortable shorting a move like this, although you could have shorted, gotten a nice short in right here, although you you should have taken profit on the lows here, or you would have gotten blown out by now. But anyways, I didn't take any trades on Bitcoin since my plan was to look for longs lower or shorts much higher. Okay, and that basically still is my plan going forward. Image very bad. You should try to put it on full screen, then it should be better. But yeah, let me know if you can't, if the quality is bad. So now talking about the plans going forward. So as I said, on this bigger range, these lows got swept and the highs are unswept along with these highs. So I think liquidity is still resting higher. Okay, so for the people asking, do you think this is going to be a lower high? I don't think so. What I can see happen from here would be if we see a retrace all the way back now into the level we were initially watching, into OTE. But I don't think this is going to be the lower high that sends us to new lows. Okay, why? Well, simply because of the reason that we're still ranging, right? We've been ranging for ages. ranging here, ranging here, now ranging here, and that in this range I think the lows have been swept and major lows, at least on some exchanges, have been swept. So I imagine that we get at least some upside here into 28, 29k before potentially breaking back within the range and then chopping again. Okay, so that's how I see things right now. Now the question is, how do we get involved, right? So I've got a couple plans, right? The first one is the aggressive play, is if we retest around Monday high. So let me remove all of the levels and simply give you a look at the weekly. Now, in my opinion, this weekly looks healthy for more upside. Why? As you can see, high time frame lows right here swept, the local lows once swept again, then upside, some could say ugly weekly close, but we swept last week's low and got a good reaction, and now we're simply trading above the weekly open with these fresh highs resting above us. So I don't see a reason why we wouldn't just expand maybe this week or in the next couple weeks and go for these highs into the supply up here, the sideways price action that led to this big down move. And that will be the key area we need to break in order to trade towards higher targets, 32k, 34k, 38k, 40k. Okay, so that will be the area we need to break, right? It's not because I'm targeting higher right here that I'm saying we're going for 34, 40k, although I think there's pretty good reason to think we do so, right? The halving is coming closer and closer. People are still bear posting thinking we're going for 12k, which I've said a long time I don't think ever is going to happen. I think we've got our low in at 15k. So if you do get another nuke towards 20k, I think that's a buy. That's a massive buying opportunity on spot, maybe even on margin, but especially on spot. Get involved, okay? I'm in from, initially from 27k, I bought spot, but then doubled down at around 17k, so my average entry is pretty good. And I'm just holding, right? My first target would be 40k, where I take some profit probably. So yeah, I do think there's very good reasons to be bullish, swing bullish on Bitcoin, but you know, different approach on margin trades and your trading account than on your spot holding account, right? And now, right now we're talking about trading, and so what I do think happens next is I think we see 28.4 before going back below 25, okay? And with having that in mind, you can base your trades off of that, okay? So as I said, first one is the aggressive play. Look for longs on the retest around Monday high, okay? Why Monday high? I think there's a nice confluence around that level with this order block on the weekly, right? This down candle that led to, boom, the upside move. If we zoom in, that lines up beautifully with key SR. Pivotal price action around that area. Resistance, support, broke below, resistance, and then ignoring this move, smashed above. So if we now revisit that area, what do I want to see? Some bullish price action in there. Boom, get long. Either keep your invalidation below the low, but I don't like doing that in case you get those triple sweeps, right? Keep your invalidation below here and see if you get a bullish reaction. Happy days, targets up here and up here. If not, you close out and wait. Second play is if we trap all of the people who are aping into longs up here. I could see a scenario where we still go for Monday low, right, into this OTE area. Imagine we do this, right? Imagine we go all the way back towards here, sweep Monday low, how do you think the sentiment will be? Everyone will be calling for lower while we're at the key SR area, sweeping major liquidity into our key area. Then I'll also look for longs back towards these highs. That's only if we don't sweep these highs before, right? So I've told you, if that happens, right, before sweeping these, you've got your clean drawn liquidity towards the upside. If you now do this and sweep these highs and break back below, the drawn liquidity would be less to the upside, so the probability of that trade would decrease a lot. So that's how I see current price action. I think we trade higher towards this high and this high up here, and then that's where it's really gonna be key how we trade. If we trade bullish up here and dips get bought and we start trading towards 30k, yeah, then I think we break out and go for 34, 37, 40, doesn't matter, but a lot higher. If not, right, it's the same thing that I just said down here. If we go back down here, everyone will be calling lower. Well, if we go higher from here and pump into 28.8, imagine the sentiment, everyone will be calling for 34. So then it wouldn't be a bad idea to look for some short hedges in case we break back within this range, and then the target would be back towards range lows. Does that make sense? And do you agree? Well, do you at least understand the reasons I'm giving for all of this? I hope it's clear. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Pretty clear? All right. How can we see if we have a local top? You can't. ETH leading the move. Makes sense? Alright, perfect. ETH ETF, not a sell the news event. Possibly, we'll see. Yeah, don't really care. I focus on the charts, and right now I think if we top around here, I think that's just more liquidity to sweep after we sweep some lows. So if this is the top, right, and we do this, I'm longing this, targeting these highs. Elise drew a big trend line of resistance. Yeah, this one probably. I personally don't like using trend lines, diagonal trend lines, but hey, everyone his own stuff. I think that's just more liquidity building up to the upside. But yeah. Right, a position I'm in right now is curve. I've been in since 2 days ago actually. I think, yeah, 2 days ago. I posted about it in the Discord and on my friend tech as well. Didn't post it on Twitter yet, but yeah, it's basically not doing anything for these last 2 days, simply in a tight range. But I still think we break out to the upside, and if we break lower first, I think it will be a sweep and then higher. But let's remove the trade for now and start off on the daily. Actually, let's start off on the weekly even. So as you can see on curve, right, what happened every time we swept a weekly low led to a decent rally, or when we bottomed on the weekly, right, it led to a decent rally and a quick rally towards the upside. Here you can see it, here you can see it, and now we just swept the weekly low again, bullish weekly candle. So in my opinion, this could be setting up for one of those moves again. Okay, I'm even being conservative with my targets up here, but I could see this make some monster, well, I'm calling it monster moves right now, but it's monster moves on the 4 hour. On the weekly, it's basically just a bearish retest. But anyways, that's the reason why I think we could see some upside movements on curve. So let's remove those again. Weekly key low that led to all of this upside, swept right here. Okay, going on to the daily, simply marking out some key highs and key lows, right? From this low went to this high in one swing, decent bounce, mark out those levels, right? Came all the way back down, bottomed locally here, then first swept but then failed to hold, broke below, sweeping that weekly low on this move, and then strong reclaim. Okay, so that's why my invalidation for this ID is if we break back below this low. I want to see that area hold. If that doesn't hold, right, so as long as that holds, this can be seen as a sweep below this low. If that doesn't hold, that would be bearish and likely send us back to here and possibly a lot lower. Okay, but for now, what I see is a clean sweep of the lows, liquidity resting higher, and a bullish, having that in mind on the weekly, that every time it led to those swings, I think we could be seeing something similar right now. So that's why I entered this. If you take a look at it on the daily, that's the position. Long invalidation, just drew this daily order block. It's basically just this sideways price action that led to the most recent upside. Right now we're simply ranging, creating some highs and creating some lows. So actually it wouldn't be bad if we first go for the lows here, right? Trap the people or stop out the people that are longing here and got their stops below all of these higher lows, and then break back within the range and then have the fuel for us to break a lot higher. Okay, so that's curve, the position I'm still in, currently trading around break even. We'll see. Second one I'm in, BLZ, not even sure how you pronounce it, but I'm pretty bearish on this one, so I'm short on this one. Also a decent hedge in case, well, Bitcoin pumped quite a lot and this one hasn't done anything. Instead, it has been dumping. It's been down only these last couple days. So if Bitcoin makes a swift move to the downside again, I think this just falls off a cliff and sees a lot of downside. But anyway, simply looking at the chart, right, swept these major highs right here, okay? Always dangerous shorting a coin that's been in up only, but once it does stop, it's usually can go fast, okay? And I think that's the case right here. So swept high time frame liquidity. What confirmed it to me was this sideways price action, this sweep. Look how beautiful, sweep into that high time frame level, failing to make a break above supply, sideways price action that led to the downside, swept the highs, failed to make a higher high, instead made a lower high and broke back down below. Now you've got yourself this sideways price action and this sweep that led to more downsides. So that's clean invalidation. If we break back above this area, that would be bullish and likely send us higher. But as long as we stay below there, I think there's quite some lows here to take out. Okay, so down there, then key level right here from back there, and then these lows down here. So funding was very negative during all of this. People longing, even up here it was still very negative, but that's usually when you top, when everyone thinks it's so easy to long the coins with big negative funding. Even I have longed tops on coins like that. LPT is a good example. But that was the case right here, and now funding is fully reset. So I think this nukes lower. Okay. So there we have it. That's my thoughts on Bitcoin and the two altcoins I'm in. Any questions? Feel free to post some tickers now. Charts you want me to take a look at, and feel free to leave a like if you're enjoying the stream. We had almost 70 people watching. Let's get the likes to 40 at least. Sol long? Nah, I'm not in a Sol long. Did you exit that trade? I wasn't long on Sol. Well, I have been long on Sol, but not in these recent days. Take out those lows, I will join this one. Yeah, on curve you mean. Nice. SHIB. Yeah, we'll take a look. If you take at the dollar, it seems to be closing weekly as a bearish pin bar and possibly back within the range, inverse correlation starting again. Let's take a look at SPX and the dollar first. Yeah, I like this. So, starting off on the monthly, I think there's reasons to be bearish on this. Let's start off on the monthly, right? So this monthly supply, the area sideways where we started dumping from, we pumped all the way into this monthly supply area and got rejected pretty hard on the monthly, right? Saw this downside here. Well, these levels are, yeah, I mean, this was the high, the initial high that got swept here, retested, and where we started dumping from. And what was the low where that high led to? That was this one. So if this was a bullish continuation range, this should have been the sweep and the reclaim that led to this, but instead we broke down below it, retest, and sold off. That's why this level is significant as well. Hello Masum, what's up? Going to the weekly, right? What was the weekly range? Well, we pumped into that supply area, rejected hard, okay? What was the first low where we saw a decent bounce on the dollar, right? That was this low, right? All of this aggressive downside, and from this low, we got a few weekly bullish candles on the dollar, right? What was the high where we topped again? This one, opposite side of the range, okay? So low, high, you've got yourself a range. What happened? All the way back to the lows, made an equal low, pumped, yeah, not again to the highs, but pumped a little again after making an equal low, back to the lows, swept the lows beautifully, and now it's just been up only. Why? Draw on liquidity, swept the lows, right? Draw was to the upside. What now just happened? Well, we swept the highs. Where to? Into this key high time frame level, lining up with, as you can see, bearish retest, flipped into support, upside, into that supply area, smashed back below, beautiful retest, and sold off. So that level is going to be key. What just happened? We swept the highs into that area, right? It's not always about a certain level, but an area in general, right? You can't be exactly precise on the level, so mark it out as an area. We swept the highs in there, so in my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if we revisit all the way back into the lows. Possibly even a lot lower, because we just got a bearish retest into supply. So if we sweep those highs, break back, trade back towards range low and break back below range low, then I could see this dump all the way back into here, and then possibly these lows down here. Then wouldn't that give a good case for Bitcoin to be more bullish? Exactly. Exactly. I said I'm cautiously bullish on Bitcoin, right? With the halving and all of that coming up. That would make the case, could make the case for Bitcoin to 40K. Right, so that's the dollar on the weekly. Yeah, on daily, nothing too much. I'll only focus on the dollar and the SPX on the higher time frames. Okay, so and then on the S&P, I've got reasons to be bullish, right? Came back down from this into high time frame demand, this sideways price action that led to this upside, made a low, what led to this low to this high, made a high, back to the lows, swept the lows, ranging around range mean, broke above range high, right, into supply, yes, but what were the lows that were resting slightly above range high? These down here, right? Opposite side, the highs up here, didn't get swept yet, so weekly, as you can see, swept the lows into, in my opinion, a higher low after higher low. Oops, there, possibly here. So if we make a bullish break back above this range, this key level, then I think we're on our way to here, and at that point, yeah, it's likely going to here, and new all-time highs. More alt setups, king. Time to buy short-term spot, you think? I mean, I'm in spots from 27 and 17K, so, but yeah, if you're not in spot, I mean, I wouldn't get why you would be fully in cash at these prices on Bitcoin. I don't get it. Like, being bullish Bitcoin, a dumb bull will always make more money than a dumb bear. You know, if you simply take a look at the, how do you put this on log scale? There we have it. See, it's just been up only on Bitcoin for 15 years, right? So after all-time highs, when you're down, close to 80% and have had such a long bear market, do you think it's gonna be smart to still be swing bearish and be in cash? I mean, at least have some Bitcoin spot to target higher. Yes, okay, this can go to 12k, but in my opinion, buying such a retrace after such downside from all-time highs has never been a bad idea. Gold is rip. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm still bullish on gold. It's just ranging. I'm in gold from these range lows here. And I'm not selling before all-time highs as well. Yeah. I don't get why you would get bearish on a chart that looks like this personally. What's bearish about this? It's just ranging. Once it breaks out, I mean, yeah, the sky is the limit. What's more likely for you, your first or second short scenario on Bitcoin? I couldn't say that. I'll just see how price reacts at certain levels and go from there. I'm either looking for longs. You probably mean look for longs here around Monday high or on the sweep of Monday low. I'll just see, but yeah, it's the weekend is coming up as well, so probably best to sit out until Monday. Cross or isolated when trading? Cross, man, cross. Yeah, it's the end of the month as well, and Q4. True. I mean, there's even... Let's take a look at this weekly. If you assume that the dollar is stopping, SPX and Bitcoin are bottoming, this wouldn't be a bad trade, I think. Call me crazy. How's your BNB going? I closed BNB a couple days ago. Where was it? Also closed BNB short. I had left in profit. I'm out of BNB. I don't like how it looked right here after sweeping, and it failed to break down every time, you know, and instead it just went for bullish candles after green candle, and just, I don't know, it felt like it wanted to break higher. But what's the real invalidation for your bearish thesis, right, is around here. Why? Because this level also lines up with this low. So if we reclaim this on the daily, then I think the retest is a buy, targeting up here. See, clean range. If you reclaim that, then that can be seen as the sweep, and you target up there. But yeah, definitely looks strong to me right now. But yeah, obviously not long in here. Let's see. ETH, Ethereum maybe. Let's see. See, weekly as well, swept key lows, clean highs. Gives you a different view, right? So this low, yeah, it did just sweep the lows and the highs into supply though, so that could be concerning on the lower time frames. But if you're looking to get long, I'd be looking for something like this: sweep, boom, and then get long there, or on this and keep your invalidation around here, target up here, and this supply up there. And then if it breaks, just like on Bitcoin, if it breaks above here, boom, then I think it's up only. TRB. Let's see. Yeah, so I was looking for longs. If it would sweep last week's low here on this. So if this would have went a little bit lower, I would have longed. I'm not saying I would have held until here, you know. I would have definitely closed most here, maybe even everything. Easy to say in hindsight, but that's where I would have was looking for longs. But yeah, we didn't get it. People who shorted this got blown out. Right now, I personally don't see a reason why you'd be looking for shorts on this. It's just bullish price action, retesting the high and looking like a higher low. I'm not saying it's gonna go parabolic like this again, but I'd rather stay out of something like this. If this were to sweep the low and reclaim this, I'd long, because then liquidity to the downside swept, clean highs above. Funding still negative, that would be beautiful. Look to long it there, back to the highs. If it goes for the highs here, does something like this and starts ranging here, you could be looking for scalp shorts with invalidation above that high, target the lows here, there, and potentially this pivotal zone down here. But right now I think it's pure guessing what comes next on this. SHIB. Why is this not on Bybit? Oh, no, that's Huh? Where's the perp? Oh, it's, yeah, it's ship 1000. Okay. Yeah, I quite like this, honestly. Yeah. I could see this have a nice pump. We've got some highs here. Clean liquidity into this key level again. Swept the lows. So there's reasons to be bullish and target up here. As for a swing perspective, you would need a higher high here, right? Something like this, and then retest and then go for all of these highs. But for now, low time frame, I definitely see the case where we go for these highs here next, as long as we hold below, hold above this low right here that got swept. Sol. Yeah, I really like Sol. Already took a look at it earlier today. I mean, I've been talking about this area quite a lot, that I was bullish into here, but yeah, I'm not in longs at the moment. But anyways, retest, reclaimed some key levels from down here, retest, and now just looking like it wants to absolutely smash back up towards those highs. So I think this trades towards here at least. Link. Ooh, Link. Yeah, Link still the same, you know. Still trading in the stupid range. Still looking for a weekly close above range high. If it does that, buy the retest and sell a lot higher. But I've been saying it for a long time. Spot Link at these prices isn't a bad idea, because I reckon once this breaks out, it's gonna go hard, and then you're gonna print on spot, you know. But longing up here, anticipating a breakout, nah, that doesn't make any sense. That's how I would play this. Wait for the break above here and then buy Rune. What's this? Looks good, huh? Range low, reclaim, retest. Now just bonking against this resistance. Yeah, why not? Target up here. What's invalidation though? That's the question. If you were to long here, right, where are you wrong? I wouldn't feel comfortable with a stop below here. I'd feel more comfortable stops right here. Why? Because I could see a case where we are at resistance again, as you can clearly see. Okay, so I could see a case where we reject again, come back for this low, sweep the low, and then have the fuel to break out. That would be a nice long. But yeah, longing up here, stops. What's this? Oh, that's the fucking log scales. Okay, come on. Yeah, still 2R, but yeah, as you can see, if you get an entry down here, it's way better. but I like it. I think I wouldn't be surprised if this breaks out as well. That's why I said a lot of alts I think look good for some upside. Render, and then we'll do STX, and then and PP and STX, and then I'll hop off. So for render, I was in a short was a sad story on the retest of this key level, right? You can see pivotal area, this level here. I think I talked about it on stream as well. High, swept, aggressive downside. Came all the way back up into this area while sweeping some highs. Okay, sweep. There I shorted up there, as it was a setup you can see right now. And my first target was this low. It got front ran around break even, and then yeah, this happened. But anyways, I still think this doesn't look the best. If it reclaims this gray area, that's another story. If it does something like this, retest holds, then I think we go all the way back up towards here. But for now, this just looks like a bearish retest that sends us lower. So yeah, I think there's better options out there. This one as well. Key low, swept, lows, retest, swept, and highs resting above here. So could see, yeah, beautiful lower time frame sweep as well here. You see? So as long as it holds above there, targets up here and up here. Beautiful. Nah, not the best risk reward, so I wouldn't take it, but if you're in longs, I definitely hold for a bit higher. And then let's do Pepe. Yeah, the stream is lagging a bit, I'm sorry. I'm not sure why. Pepe. Yeah, for Pepe, I'm not too excited. I don't really like the look of this. I'd want to see a big weekly close above this low. That would be better. If this reclaims, right, then it's back within this range. And then we can start talking about at least a move back towards range mean around here. But until then, this could just do this and bleed lower. So also on this one, I think there's better options out there. Reminds me of ARB. And I like this one. I've had this plan for ages. I wanted to buy this if it swept, if it reclaimed these lows. If it does, buy and sell at the highs. I think this will be a good one in the bull market to hold. I think this will outperform quite a lot, but yeah, might be wrong. But I like this one, so I'm definitely keeping an eye on this. Right, thanks all for joining. I'm gonna hop off. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. We've got 56 likes already. That's very nice. So I hope you enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good time. Good luck in the markets, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.